So like I said, if you watched last video, I'm picking it up right where I left off. In this video, hopefully I'm gonna be starting this engine with this turbo and the VEMS ECU that's sitting on the floor over here. But before all that, I have my fuse 11 fuel pump fuse pulled out, and I'm gonna crank it a few times and hope that oil comes out of here, and then connect that here, and then I can actually try and start this thing for like fucking a minute almost, and it wasn't, nothing was coming out. But finally my oil pressure gauge was reading 30 at PSI at cranking, so that's good. Now I can put this on and I can try and start it. All right, let's see. I don't know what to point the camera at. After going through the logs and everything and giving it gas and seeing that it just died, I realized that the air temp was negative 16 Celsius, which is definitely not how cold it is. I just want to stop the video right here real quick just so that I can mention I was troubleshooting this car for about a month and a half, trying to get it to idle and do stuff properly. And the two main issues that I had was that the intake air temp sensor that I show right here, the one that came with the VEMS, I didn't have it welded into the intercooler piping. So once I did that, and once I finished up the downpipe so that the O2 sensor wasn't extremely close to the open air, those two managed to fix majority of my problems. So please don't do it like me. Finish everything once and finish it right, and don't have a headache for a month and a half. It's having a few blips, like whenever it makes the little popping, it's going lean a little bit. So I'm gonna just try and give it a hair of gas and see if I can actually have it, you know, under control here. No, I did not like it still. New day, new cold start. I cleaned the IAC out, and now I'm basically just gonna wait for it to die again, because it's gonna happen. So the IAC target RPM is 1200, but it went down to now it's gonna die. After countless hours of research trying to find out why this car won't idle when it's warm, and why every time I give it gas it would die, I could not find the reason. Editing this makes me so mad, because you can just see, look at the exhaust and how close the O2 sensors were, and why did I think that it was gonna be fine? So I'm just shaking my head while I'm editing this, but I'll show you guys what I went through. Now the final nail in the coffin is what I'm assuming, compression tester. So I'm going to test the compression. I'm going to get it up to temp. And if it is the head gasket, I'm going to have to pull the head, obviously. So I'm going to let the car warm up and everything so I can do the compression testing. Those are all out. So now I'm going to set the camera up right here. Cylinder 1. $150 on cylinder 1. Cylinder 2. $140 145, 150 on cylinder 2. This is cylinder 3 where I suspect we start to see something. $175. This is cylinder 4. Cylinder 5 right here. $185. And here's cylinder 6. It doesn't make sense. I'm gonna redo them again. So right here, this is the switch, the temp switch that the VEMS came with. And this is an aluminum bung that I got off of eBay for $5. M14 by 1.5 is the thread for this right here. And I'm going to take that, weld it somewhere around here. It'll be on this side though, right after the intercooler and before the throttle body, because you want it, everyone says you want it here. And right now I'm using the temp switch, the OBD1 temp switch inside the manifold. So I'm wondering maybe the reason why my cold start is good, and then once it gets up to temperature and starts taking heat, like right now, manifold air temp is 13 Celsius and then coolant is 80 Celsius. So I don't know if that manifold temp is supposed to be higher, and that's the reason why it's like, it doesn't know what is going on, and it's probably trying to like add and take away a lot more fuel than what it needs. So I want to make sure this is good, and this temp switch also reads faster than the stock one, so that is important. And then the smoke that's coming out of that breather is mainly what scares me and why I'm going to do a leak down test, because that is a lot of blow by, and that's what kind of leads me to think that it could be rings instead of just a head gasket. I brought the 3-inch piece of aluminum intercooler piping and I welded that up. The chrome plating on these are so weird to weld with. This is my first time welding aluminum, by the way. You know, first time for everything. And it was basically just, I had to burn it off, and I just had to hold it there, giving it a bunch of heat until it burned off. And it was like black, but I was able to get it. Now I'm gonna hopefully try and attach all this. I changed a few settings that some guy on Facebook is helping me with, and the car has never idled. Oh, and I also had, I'm gonna throw the picture up. The temp sensor thing right here was crushing my vacuum line in between. That's why whenever I turned it on, it would stay around ambient pressure, and then it would like slowly trickle down. But now it's the actual, I thought I had a vacuum leak, but now it's down to normal, and it's idling a lot better than what it did before. I'm so hyped right now. I'm just gonna show the screen and God, it's really fucking fast. Oh, let me put this down. Oh my fucking God, what the fuck? I'm so bad at this YouTube. I got a little carried away. I got a little bit of adrenaline and, you know, forgot to record everything. So I'm going to put the vertical video, sorry about that, before this. But it did start misfiring. But as you see, it's not running good. And people are saying these compression ratios are really bad. And I'm going to have to agree. So after the first rip, I'm gonna do another compression test. This speaks for itself. Cylinder 1, cylinder 2, 3 through 6, or Yeah, 336. The results are in. 1 and 2 are dead, which we kind of knew from over here. That's why I'm not really tripping. I knew that this wasn't really a healthy engine at all. But now I have a reason to pull it. So 1 and 2 are cooked. And then apparently 3 through 6 has great compression. So, well, not great, you know, just better than 0. So now I can actually do a leak down test and see if it's coming out over there or there, you know, whatever. I hear a lot of it coming through cylinder 2. And I don't really hear anything coming from the gas or the oil cap, so I'm guessing head gasket's cooked between 1 and 2. I'm gonna put this on cylinder 2 and we'll see. I hear all of it coming out in cylinder 1. So, head gasket between there, cooked. So now I finally have an end to this video. I did not know how I can end this video because I was having so many issues with the idle and everything. But finally, it's not a happy ending, but it's an ending. I'm not really mad about it. I don't really care that much just because I got to drive it today. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna get this fixed. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna make this shit rip. And I'm putting that on everything I love. Thanks for watching.